Hi, this is Melissa. I'm stuck inside my own house. Let me explain this one by one. It was my birthday. I enjoyed the evening with my friends outside partying till night. And I came back, I was out of it. I collapsed in my bed. After a few hours or so, I woke up hearing chuckles from my yard. I was scared, but I had to at least check who was outside. I opened my window and yelled, "Who's there? Do you need help?" No answer. I was scared, so I quickly closed the window and called the 911. The operator asked me a bunch of questions and told me not to go outside until I see a cop car. Few minutes passed, I saw a cop car pull out in front of my house, and as they rang the bell, I quickly answered the door and told them about the chuckles. Cops searched my yard and found nothing. After a few hours or so, I was alone again as cops left. I was a bit scared, but I managed to sleep, and to my surprise, there were no sounds after that, so I brushed it off as some kid pranking me. I was inside my house cooking dinner for myself. I live alone. Sometimes my friend Tori joins me, but most of the times I'm all alone. So I'm used to listen music while I cook. I was playing my favorite playlist when suddenly, a scary howling sound came from my attic. I almost pooped my pants, but I had to check what was going on up there. I had no choice but to grab a pistol I own and go see what's up there. I opened the door and bam! There was corpse of a wolf inside my house. I was scared as heck. I had no idea what to do. In mere seconds, another huge sound popped up behind me. Someone grabbed me by my neck and choked me until I passed out. Next thing I remember is I was inside my basement. Lights were all off and I was laying on some old furniture I left in my basement. I opened the door and looked around to see if someone was still inside. After a few minutes of painfully silent tour inside my house, I found nothing. No one. Even the wolf was now gone. And just like that, I called 911. Again, cops arrived. I told them everything. Nothing was found. But this time, one of the female cops stayed inside with me, and others stayed outside in the car entire night to catch someone either entering in or walking out. And finally, they saw it. It was around 3 a.m. in morning. There was this weird man, seemed like he was in his 30s, twitching and growling. Cops quickly detained him. He was inside whole week. I don't know who is he. And he seems weird, almost like a mutated junk. Whatever he may be, I don't understand what he did to me while I was in the basement. It seems like I'm going insane, but I feel like I have this weird growth on my forehead. It looks like an eye. Cops think I'm infected. They called SCP agents and they locked me inside my house for experimental purposes. I hope I recover. I don't know what happens next, but I hope nothing bad comes out of this. January 26, 2024. I was sitting in my room worried about what is going to happen to me and what is this weird growth on my forehead when suddenly a huge man who had a black suit with a gray tie and long hair showed up inside my room. I was scared. I also screamed. But he was just looking at me, no movement, nothing. When I asked him, "Who are you?" he said, "I'm Escape." I quickly realized what was going on here. He was here to help me out of this place. But I told him not to help me as I was still being tested. He looked at me and said, "You don't even have any growth on your forehead, girl." I argued a bit, but then he told me to take a look at a mirror. And there was nothing on my forehead. The SCP agents were all vanished, and this guy, who seemed a little bit weird now, told me that I was being possessed by a mutant who came here from a time loop. I was skeptical about it, but then something crashed in through my window. I jumped on my bed and the guy left outside. He told me not to come outside, and I did just that. I was shaking in fear as I heard a mixture of growling, screaming, smashing furniture, and whatnot. After a few minutes or so, the guy came in. He was fine and told me to go wherever I could and never return here again. I asked him what was going on. He didn't answer and gave me one final warning, saying, "If you stay here more than 1 hour, I won't help you." After hearing that, I stopped asking questions, packed what was important, and left the house. February 1st, 2024. I'm at my new house still wondering what the hell happened and why was this guy helping me? When suddenly someone knocks on my door. I open the door and see the same tall guy from earlier. I greeted him. He didn't greet back though and asked me if he can talk for a moment. I let him in and he told me a few terrifying things. 1, I was being chased by whatever the hell was inside my old house. 2, this man is a psychopath, not a normal human being. And 3, I will have to follow this weirdo until he ultimately kills that monster or whatever it is. Now I have 2 choices: deny him and die, or go with him, die, or maybe just maybe survive. I can't call the cops again. He told me if I call the cops, he'll leave and never come back. So I picked to follow him. Yeah, not the smartest move, but I'd rather have a 50% living chance than none. Now I'm inside a car with this long dude who drops me to a house where I meet these 2 people. One named Damien and his girlfriend Allison. These people are nice, and also kind. They told me I can live with them. And the escape dude also said the same thing in the car, but his tone seemed a bit threatening than unlike these people. Anyways, who is going to deny to stay with these cool people and a free friend? This Allison girl seems to be the coolest person I've met in the past week or so, and the most awesome thing is this is her house. I'm excited to take a trip despite being worn down by constant running and moving out. It's been a while now, nothing has happened. Seems like I'm safe. Even Escape came and told me now I'm free to go, but he warned me not to look up at the moon in the night for long. And if I do, then I'm not allowed to walk outside for the rest of the night. And he even told me if I feel something's following me, I must return to Allison's house and wait here until he allows me to leave. Man, this seems stupid. I should have called the cops. Anyways, I shouldn't think that way. If I don't want to die,